All right, we are ready to start. The first piece this evening for the Wind Ensemble is Stars and Stripes Forever. If you've never heard this march, you have. It is the National March by John Philip Sousa. It is in a lot of pop culture stuff. It shows up all the time. It is one of the biggest and most standard pieces of music for band. It has a really great piccolo solo that we made into a trio towards the end of it that we're really excited to do. We have three very good piccolo players in this band, and I was like, what better way to showcase that than Stars and Stripes Forever? So here is the Indiana High School Wind Ensemble with Stars and Stripes. The next selection we have will actually be bringing out Miss Mack again. Again, for those of you who are not aware, Miss Mack is our student intern for this past year. She is actually technically no longer our student intern because she has officially graduated. But yes, congrats. piece. So we left it up to her to decide, and she picked a rather hard one. But the kids have really latched onto this piece. It is tough, but it is really cool. It's a piece called Shine, which is basically all about, you know, moonshine. That's the whole shine reference. So it's everything about sort of that making process and then running process. So it's sort of all over the place, but it is a really cool piece. It's tough, but the kids have really gotten a hang of it, and I think you're going to be in for something really special. So please welcome to the stage, Miss Ella Mack.